Welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour, your source for all hard rock, heavy metal, new metal, alternative, punk, horror punk, hardcore, rock, and all local bands, with your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bodfather.
This is Tommy.
This is Dave.
This is Sixx.
From Bakers Dozen here in Las Vegas. You're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour. Turn it up.
The views and opinions of the guest do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of BODS Mayhem Radio Network, its staff, affiliates, or sponsors. Parental discretion is advised. Welcome to BODS Mayhem Radio Network.
Hey everybody, welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I'm your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bodfather. And as always, I'm bringing you guys and gals awesome interviews. Today, it's an honor and a huge privilege to have vocalist Tommy Elliott and bassist Dave Karr and manager Sixx. They are doing awesome. They are Bakers Dozen. And Bakers Dozen hail from Las Vegas, Nevada. And they have released their debut album, Cake and Chaos, via Pavement Entertainment, and trust me, it's not cake dough or icing thrown or, eggs thrown or some shit like that. They have an awesome, awesome debut album. I really like Love Slave. I like 24 Hours in El Salvador. That's an awesome fucking song. And
thank you, man.
Dead Inside is pretty badass too. So I'm not going to give all the tracks away. I'm not going to give everybody... go get it. Just pick this album up. You will not be disappointed, trust me. So kudos, guys, on this for sure.
Man, we're humble. Thank you,
man.
Very humble.
Let's jump right into this. How's it been working with Pavement Entertainment for you guys so far?
Well, they're actually getting us and our music out to places that we never thought it possible. It's pretty amazing that we have a song on the radio now pretty much all over the country. That's a little bit overwhelming, and we're looking forward to the future possibilities of touring. It's been absolutely amazing since we've got picked up by them.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely,
big time.
They're doing numbers for us. I mean, we're getting a ton of interviews, a ton of reviews. Which for us, a band out of Las Vegas, that's pretty humbling itself, I think.
I agree.
Learning a lot of shit on the fly for sure.
Oh yeah.
You guys formed in 2016. Are you surprised that Pavement Entertainment took interest into Bakers Dozen so far?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, just it shows that the hard work.
It's a blessing, man. I look at it like
it really
that.
is.
I do. I look at it as a blessing.
It is a blessing, but I also, being the manager, I look at it as, for me, it shows that, all the hard work the guys put into making the album, it's actually paying off.
Yeah.
Because you do have label interest, so quick, I think.
And especially to form in 2016 and just have a record label say, yeah, we want you on our roster that quick. That to me speaks a lot of volumes on how well you guys have progressed in that time.
I have to agree. I mean, again, just being on the outside, being the manager, not even the musician, it just shows a lot. It's huge. For a band that's been around for coming up on 3 years, or I guess a little over 3 years, whatever, and to be picked up already, it's like, oh God, wow. Now the work begins. Now, and that's what I keep telling the guys is now all the work begins. But it is huge. It's a huge honor for us to be on the label.
What's impressed or excited you guys the most about working on this album, Cake and Chaos, if anything? What's caught your eye the most, possibly?
The way that people are receptive to the songs, because we we don't fit the mold or the
We don't fit into a nice little cookie cutter.
No, here in Las Vegas at all. We're kind of the turd in the punch bowl, so to speak. We're that dish at the party. We're that green Jell-O dish that your grandma used to make and bring to parties that nobody wanted to eat, but you knew it was damn fucking tasty. But we're like that, man. It's really weird. We're very it takes people a little bit to get into what we're doing, but then once they do and see how honest we're delivering the music, it's been kind of overwhelming and humbling that people are so receptive to what we're doing.
That's right, Clark. It's good. If you ever watched like Christmas Vacation, when you said green jello, I was like, oh shit, that's the.
Oh yeah, man. I make it every year in honor of Grandma for Thanksgiving. Got to find the lime jello and get the cream cheese, man. Oh, it's good.
Got to put some Cheerios in there and make it look like it's cat food. You know, that's good, Clark.
Yeah.
I'm just going to touch on this a little bit here. Your sound reminds me of old school 80s, early 90s music, which is good. And I love Tommy's vocals. And
Thank you, man.
Just the all-around musicianship of the songs really, really are good. And the most important thing, there's guitar and drum solos in the freaking music, you know?
Yeah.
That,
rock and roll's got to have that.
Sure. Yeah.
I find that's important because, I'm a child of the 70s, and all the guys, we all have our musical influences, but we really love the 70s and 80s music because, that's where all the good stuff was. And we do wear our influences on our sleeve. It does come across in the music. That's why I think people, when they listen to us, they hear something that's familiar to them, but also new at the same time. We're not going to lie. We have our influences in the bands that we love, and I think everything that you listen to that you love comes about. It comes across in what you play as well. So there's no getting away from that. But we're honored, man. If people dig that and it makes them hear something or feel something that that was cool back then, and it's cool again. That's a good feeling. We're stoked.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Any songs standing out more to you than any right now on the album, guys? I know it must change every time you listen to it. I know you guys are super close to these songs, but do you have any favorites possibly?
Well, I'm curious to hear Sixx's since he's our manager. He sees us all the time, sees us play stuff. I know I got mine, and then I'll let you ask Dave too. So what's yours first, Sixx?
Oh shit. Honestly, my favorites are Dead Inside.
He said one.
Well, they're all. You know what I mean?
See, it is kind of like choosing your favorite child, man.
It is.
Yeah.
You can't pick one because then the others get jealous.
No, because one's good at math and then the other one's good at physical education. Is going to be.
All right, okay. For me, one of them, Dead Inside.
Right? Thank you.
I love that one. It's just, to me, it reminds me of just some old school, dirty punk.
Hey.
Yeah, exactly.
Who you calling dirty punk?
You.
Yeah.
You're dirty and you're a punk.
Yeah, that's true. I've been called worse.
Right.
Mine, I'd have to say, because we're a live band. We really are.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite one is I Know, because the one with the harmonicas. I get to play harmonica, and Zach does two crazy guitar solos. Everybody tends to get a little loose. It's very spontaneous and like a runaway train. That's kind of my favorite one. As far as the album, though,
You can't.
it's hard for me to pick them, man. I don't know, man. Zach
said
and
one.
I know he said one. Damn it. Zach and I,
he's doing
we
it.
put a lot of heart into this stuff and into these songs before we brought them to the rest of the guys and turned them into what they are. And now, as we've watched them grow, it's hard to pick one. What's your favorite, Dave?
I'd have to go. I still got to go with No Shame, man. That one, ever since you guys put that one together, brought it to us, man. It was just, that one hooked me big time.
It's like Lay's tater chips. You can't just eat one.
Right? Yeah, there it is. That's exactly the analogy, man.
Producing wise, guys, did you guys self-produce this, or who actually produced it?
A very good friend of us. We did it in-house at Space Brain Productions here in Las Vegas. And
Jason Froberg.
With Jason Froberg. Very, very good friend of us and a very good engineer.
Yep. We call him Yoda.
Yes, we do.
Working with him, did he push you guys on this, or did he kind of let you go on your way, then step in?
Well, we recorded live and all in one room, so I think we all pushed each other. But, yes, he absolutely pushed us and said you can do better and multi-tracked a lot of stuff. And just, we kept the mix raw because that's kind of, we are a live band and we kind of wanted to bring that about.
Raw and funky.
He made sure that he got the best that he could out of us. He absolutely pushed us, which is appreciated. Of course, every band wants that.
Yep.
Speaking of the songs that we just talked about, was it hard to choose between the current set of the songs on this album? Which one would be the first single, let alone a video possibly? Or did somebody on the outside like Pavement Entertainment, did they actually choose the first single?
Well, we went from, I'm going to take this over, guys. You might not know something. We went, the one that everybody's really been singing with, man, because it's an honor when people start singing my words back to me. And the first one that everybody really catched on to was No Shame. And that was kind of the one that they've been playing here on the Homegrown Hour on Comp here in Las Vegas. And it's the one that we've been finishing our sets up with, too. So we kind of went with that one. It's the last track on the album, but it is the last track on the album, right?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. But, yeah, that's the one, man. I have to say No Shame was the one because people were really starting to dig it here in our hometown, and we figured if they're digging it here in Vegas, because people are really kind of fickle, that they're going to dig it everywhere else. And they have been, and it's like I said, man, it's been super overwhelming and humbling at the same time. Every day feels like a blessing. It really does.
It really does.
So let's talk about the artist. Who did the cover art for the album for you guys?
That would be me.
Oh, nice.
I sat on the computer, man, and hatched out the logo for us, and then worked with another really good friend of ours, Chemo, who's a graphic artist, and I got each picture and put them roughly together how I wanted it, and then he did everything else, did all the color separation and the right magnifications and everything. So it was kind of a group effort between myself and Chemo, but the idea of it came from me, and it came from like the Rolling Stones, Some Girls album, Led Zeppelin 3 album, and Bad Brains, and the early Clash albums, those really colorful punk albums that you saw in the 80s and late 70s in bands. You know, I wanted something that was going to stand out and catch people's eye. Tell a little story at the same time, man, you know.
Let's talk about the writing progression. When did you guys start to write for this new album, and how long did it take, actually?
I think the first batch of songs, the first 10, that was Zach and I sitting on my couch. Let me just say, we were drinking coffee.
We were drinking beer and smoking.
Right.
We weren't smoking weed. Well,
yeah, you were.
Maybe you were.
Oh, well, yeah. I know there was coffee involved. And the first set of songs came about 2 weeks. And then getting everything hashed out till our first gig after that and getting the guys together took another 2 months. We just had like a rush of creativity.
What do you guys hope everyone takes away from this debut album, or message you hope they hear while listening to it, or just any of Bakers Dozen's music in general? What do you hope everybody gets from it?
That life's too short to be so damn serious. Have a good time. We want people to live like they want to and not like they think they should. It's kind of, we're definitely a tongue-in-cheek band, man. We want people to have a good time. So our music's definitely good time music.
Do you guys see this band still musically growing from where it started? Are you happy with the sound that it is right now, or has it just been more of a personal growth for all of you guys involved in Bakers Dozen?
Well, the songs to us now are a little older, but they're still fun as hell to play live. And we've pretty much got the material for the next album written, and it's definitely progressed from where we were. And it's a little heavier and we're definitely showing some of our idols and our roots again, but we love the tunes still, man. They still feel just as good since our first rehearsal.
When you guys are coming into the recording studio, do you like to do anything differently during the writing and recording process? I know that's two concepts, but to help keep your mind fresh and open to not get bored with it, to not get stale, do you do anything that allows you to say, hey, I just need to take a break, keep your mind clear?
Well, yeah, we got the mountains. We got a bunch of places to go hiking around here. I mean, there's all sorts of places to go hiking and stuff. We do that, man. A lot of us, we're gamers. We play video games.
Nice.
I mean, yeah, a lot of us are Call of Duty and Red Dead Redemption guys. And then, like I said, man, a lot of us we like the outdoors too. I'm pretty much every one of us. We still get together. We're kind of like a family, man. We barbecue, we hang out, we drink beer. We're like the Marx Brothers with guitars. I tell pretty much everybody, because we're a bunch of cut-ups when we're not playing music, but when we're playing music, we're a bunch of headhunters, man. We take it very serious, and I mean, even though the material may not be super serious, the playing of the material is serious.
Right?
I just recently started playing Just Cause 4. That series is...
Oh, awesome, man.
I love it.
Yeah, that's a good one, too. That's a good one, too.
I played a little bit of Red Dead Redemption 2. I used to play the hell out of the first one that came out. Red Dead Redemption and Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, I finished that one, man. I love that one. That one was great, too.
Played the absolute hell out of it. And then, I don't know if I got bored with it or what. It just did. That's sad to say because I love playing that series of that game. But
yeah,
I put it down. I was like, I'm going to play some Just Cause 4. Yeah, let's blow some shit up.
Right? I'm looking forward. They're re-releasing the original Call of Duty Modern Warfare with they updated it.
Yeah, they're coming out with a new Gears of War 5 here shortly, I think.
That looks amazing too.
We shall
I have to say that's one of the best two-player cooperative games out there. Are the Gears series.
Yep, I loved that series when it first came out. I thought it was revolutionary on how they went to that scene for warfare.
Yes.
Yeah. In my opinion.
The first time that the AI, the bad guys, actually they rushed you. I was kind of they didn't just wait for you to shoot them; they came towards you.
Yep. What can fans expect at a show from Bakers Dozen who have not saw you guys live as of yet? What are they going to get when they come to see you?
Dave?
What do you think, Dave? What are they going to get? I know it's going to be sweaty and loud.
Yeah, that was
A whole lot of sweaty, a whole lot of loud, and a whole lot of energy.
They're going to get some American hard driving punk and roll.
Yep. You know, like Tommy said earlier, Bakers Dozen is more of a live band than anything. You know, a lot of people take them for granted. They judge a book by its cover until they see them on stage. And the minute the guys get on stage, it is something totally different.
That's very true.
They just go.
Yeah, that's very true. There's a lot of bands that are a live band. They're not a disc band. Mm-hmm. Their music is better live, I should say. And I don't mean it in a bad way. That's just how they are.
No, yeah.
Right.
And I'm the same way. I don't mean it in a bad way, but that's the whole thing with these guys, is that you hear them on iTunes or whatever, but when you see them live, it's totally different.
Yeah.
Because of the amount of energy that the four of them have together.
The album just doesn't give them justice. I know what you mean, exactly.
No.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
We're living in the digital era now, guys. We've got the digital stuff to get albums out quicker now, plus we've got social media to reach out to more folks to let them hear Bakers Dozen. Do you guys like this that we're in right now?
That's a tough question. Do I like it?
I like the reach we can get with it.
Yeah, I like the reach. You can reach a lot of people, which we have, luckily through the social media age. But I don't know. I mean, I remember growing up, going to Tower Records, picking up my favorite CD. I'm one of those.
Right, dude?
Yeah.
Tower Records.
Going through, flipping through discs or albums or whatever. Hey, that cover looks cool. Let's buy that.
There's another one, Licorice Pizza. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, my God, bro.
But
damn, we're dating ourselves now.
It's you got I don't know how to put it. The digital age, we know it's there. We're here in it now, so you can reach a lot of people. But I'm one of those guys that's a full supporter of music and bands. I've been that way since I was probably 11. I like having things in my hand. I like being able to have a CD.
A physical copy.
Yeah.
Which is hard to get these days.
Right? And that was the cool thing about albums and vinyl back in the day, man. Everybody loved the album covers.
Oh, yeah.
And taking it out and learning the lyrics and all that shit. That was cool, man, you know?
And think of it this way,
we
too.
didn't have a lyric sheet, getting the lyrics wrong.
Right? Everybody, you could tell, I've been saying the wrong shit.
And think about it this way, too. You've got a band that's kind of got that mystique and kind of eerie look to them that you don't know anything about. And now you can go out on Facebook or Twitter, anywhere, and you can find out exactly who they are and what they're doing.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
I don't. That's the part of the digital stuff that I do not like.
Right.
Because I like horror bands. I like bands that are kind of mysterious. I love Ghost. I don't care if people can hate me or not. I like Ghost. I love them.
Oh, I do too.
I do, man.
Think about this. If we didn't have the digital era and the way things are today, and you had to wait to get a magazine to check them out, we still would not know who the lead singer would be today.
Right.
Exactly.
So, I keep saying this over and over because I work in technical support. I'm like, God, I wish the internet would just go away. But
I say that pretty much weekly.
Yeah.
But, you know, I loved having that magazine in my hand, you know, a Circus magazine, Revolver,
Oh my God,
Right,
right?
yeah.
Hit
Rip
Parade.
magazine,
Holy
Metalhead,
Metal
All those
Hammer.
good ones.
fuck.
The
I had
last
stacks of those things growing up.
the last magazine I bought, I think it was a Hit Parader, and in the Hit Parader magazine, it had a fold out of Damage Plan with Dimebag and Damage
Yeah.
Plan.
Yeah.
And I still have it. I have not took it out of the magazine. I still have it in the magazine. I'm glad I kept it.
Yeah.
So-
Definitely.
For the each of you, what made you want to become a musician? What was that spark that said, yeah, I want to do that?
Tommy.
Tommy?
Led Zeppelin 1. As a kid, man, like 10 years old or whatever, I used to do the nightly chores, doing the dishes and stuff, and my dad had this cassette of Led Zeppelin 1. And I used to do the dishes and sing that fucking album pretending I was Robert Plant. So definitely Robert Plant, and then my parents, for a Christmas gift, I mean, my first 3 albums, man, that turned me on were like Led Zeppelin 1, and then I got Bowie's The Man Who Sold the World, and then
Nice.
Ram from the Wings.
Wow.
So I was listening early, I was into harmonies early and shit. My parents are kind of hippies too, man. I hope they don't mind me saying that shit, but I will. So I heard early harmonies like Crosby, Stills, and Nash and shit like that. So I heard people fucking singing, you know what I'm saying? So that was always kind of in my head. And then I saw the flamboyancy of some shit like Bowie and some T-Rex, and then so I got, you know, my friends, as I grew as a teenager, I got into Sabbath, and Zeppelin was still always there. So I'm definitely going to have to say Led Zeppelin. Final answer.
Car.
Sixx. I don't know, me, man. I got first to start listening to like early Kiss and Sabbath. But what pushed me over the edge was seeing Alice Cooper
Yeah, I was
live.
going to say Alice Cooper. That's for you.
That was my first concert, and I saw that. It's like, I got to do that.
That's another cool part about this album that I didn't want to give away is that the harmonies, it reminds me of like Halen, man, like Van Halen. It's like,
Hey, wow,
Take that.
hell yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah.
I love that.
it's like, oh,
Get those first 4 albums, man.
Oh.
Backyard kegger parties when I was growing up.
You know it. Well, ours are outdoor desert parties.
Right?
That's-
That one and the first Boston album.
that's
dude,
what
yeah.
that's what I'm saying about this album. I mean, it's so different. It don't fit the everyday cliche of the albums that are out there. And I'm not knocking anybody whatsoever. I'm just saying that this album, for your
I must
money's
say
worth,
thank you, sir.
you know, for your money's worth.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Just
I that's the only way I could take that is like as a compliment, right? I mean,
Yeah.
thank you, man. We were trying. Our whole thing is we just stuck in our bubble, didn't really give a shit what anybody thought about what we wanted to play. Played our music as loud as we want. We're growing our hair as long as we want. We're doing what we want. We don't really want to fit in with anything because I feel if you're being honest with what you're doing, people are going to dig it. But if you're
Yep.
trying to actually make yourself into something and not evolving naturally, then it's going to come off weird, man. So, you know, honesty's the best policy in rock and roll. Or something like that, exactly.
as of right now, is there a country that stands out or shocks you guys that Bakers Dozen gets support from, or your guys' music even gets played in that area possibly? Have you seen any results or any comments or anything possibly?
Well, I'll tell a real quick story. I went down to Costa Rica on a vacation and gave the CDs to the taxi drivers at the airport. And we had to wait 5 hours for my old lady's parents to meet us there and shit. Those fucking taxi drivers pumped our shit for 5 hours, hooping and hollering as loud as they could around that airport. So we got some support in Costa Rica. But there's another one. Dave just said we got some support and some love in Germany, which is kind of cool too.
No.
Oh no, what was
I
it?
don't know.
Oh no, that was the Wolfpack, dude. I saw it.
Yeah.
Well, we're getting little pop-ups all over the country from people that are starting to dig our stuff. So that it's even branching out of Las Vegas is pretty awesome for us.
Yeah. We got some love from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Pennsylvania,
Yeah, Boston area.
Boston.
some Kentucky,
Yep, for sure.
some Texas. So I mean, it's awesome, man.
It's awesome and weird at the same time.
That's awesome at the same time, yeah. That's it. That's the feeling.
Is there a band on the bucket list, and I'm sure they are, that you would like to work, tour with, or maybe even do an old school album split? Is there a band that maybe even hear them play one of your all songs?
Oh, damn.
Oh, man.
For me, I know already.
I already know what you're going to say.
Yeah, for me.
The Damned.
No.
No?
Fuck, I have no idea.
I'd say, man, I really like the Foos. The Foos would be kind of cool because I've seen them get really fucking heavy, and then I've seen them get really funky. Dave interprets all forms of music really kind of cool. He's a punk fan. He's a fucking black metal fan. He likes it all, dude.
He does.
I really appreciate people that appreciate the entire palette of music, man. I mean, he even likes country. I mean, who doesn't like fucking Hank Williams Sr.? Goddamn,
Exactly.
Dude.
Exactly. Dave Grohl is so across the board, it's not even funny.
Right? That's the type of person I want to work with, man. Somebody that gets fucking Jerry Lee Lewis and gets the Ohio Players at the same time. That's the shit, you know?
That's it. Five-finger death punch.
Right? Who gets that? You can go from Five-Finger Death Punch to the fucking Commodores.
Right?
Well, no, they did a video for their song Black and Blue.
Right.
And
Blue and Black, yeah, with Kenny
Black.
Wayne and Brian May in it.
Yeah. Kenny Wayne Shepherd and then Brian, you know what I mean? It's like,
He'd love to do shit
But
like that.
seriously, man, we have so many people that we love. There's a lot of
work
people.
with anybody.
Yeah, we work with anybody.
Guys, how can folks stay in touch with you all? Buy some merchandise, tour dates, this album. How can you do that?
They would go to facebook.com/BakersDozenLV. We're also on Instagram.com/BakersDozenLV. NumberOneMusic.com/BakersDozen or ReverbNation.com/BakersDozen05.
And before I let you guys go, would you care to do a promo for my show?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
This is Tommy.
This is Dave.
This is Sixx.
From Bakers Dozen here in Las Vegas. You're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour. Turn it up.
Everybody stick around. We got some great stuff coming up, and you only hear these interviews right here on BODS Mayhem Hour and BODS Mayhem Radio Network. Please get out and check out our Facebook page. It has our podcast link, YouTube link, and hopefully soon our Twitch link. And also get out and check out Bakers Dozen. Their new album, Cake and Chaos, via Pavement Entertainment, is out now. Trust me, you will not be disappointed. So, guys, I wish you all the best of luck from here on out.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, John. Thank you for having us on the show.
You're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.